Good evening, this is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel as I continue on my part series, the professional sports teams that didn't win the championship during that season. This is part 37, and now I move away from the 90s Major League Baseball teams that I saw that I felt were great teams that could have won the championship. Now I'm going to move into the 2000s decade, and I'm going to start with the San Francisco Giants, a team that finished in first place in the National League West with a record of 97 and 65 record. Now I believe this team had the best record in baseball. Let me do my research on that. They could have won the championship. I mean, when you have the best record in baseball, which I believe they had, the Giants, you should have won the championship. And plus, they had the National League MVP and Jeff Kent. So let's see who had the best record. Yes, San Francisco Giants had the best record in baseball. But they lost in the National League Division Series in 4 games to the New York Mets, who eventually lose in the Subway Series. Actually, it's 20 years. 20 years this coming October of that amazing, nobody saw that coming series. The Mets were pretty good, but I don't think people thought that the Yankees, how dominant they were, was going to face them. But they did face each other 20 years ago in the Subway Series. Now, back to the Giants. They had the best record in baseball. And the players that stood out, obviously, was Barry Bonds, but Jeff Kent won the MVP. He had 125 RBIs, a batting average of 334, 33 home runs. Barry Bonds had hit 49 home runs, 106 RBIs, hit 306. Now, this could have been obviously the time where allegedly, Barry Bonds was using steroids. That's when his numbers started to really, go a little higher, even more. But unfortunately, they lost to the Mets. Now, mind you, this team had the best record in baseball during that 2000 season. And he just didn't get it done during the divisional playoff round. Because they had the number 1 seed. The Mets was on the road. They had a 94 and 68 record. So let's look over the games. Game 1, San Francisco won 5-1. Livan Hernandez pitched well. It was the first ever game at Pacific Bell Park. Jeff Kent hit a double and a single. Followed a double and a single with an RBI round out off of Mike Hampton. Livan Hernandez only allowed 1 run and 5 hits over a 7 2/3 inning. Bill Miller singled with 2 outs and scored on Barry Bonds' triple to put the Giants back in front. And after a walk, Ellis Burks hit a 3-run homer for the Giants to have a 5-1 lead and a victory for Game 1. But things turned for the worse. Starting in Game 2, the Mets won in extra innings 5-4 in San Francisco. The Mets lowered the bases on hit by pitch and 2 walks off of Sean Estes and Timo Perez. 2-run single put them up 2-0. The Giants cut it to 2-1 in the bottom of the inning when Jeff Kent hit a leadoff single, scored on Ellis Burks' double. Behind strong pitch from Al Leiter and a 2-out, 2-run home run from Edgardo Alfonzo in the top of the 9th inning off of Felix Rodriguez. The Mets carried a 4-1 lead into the last of the 9th. Barry Bonds hit a double. Jeff Kent hit a single. Then pitch hitter J.T. Snow hit a towering 3-run home run off of Armando Benitez, the Mets reliever, to tie it at 4-4. But the Mets will bounce back in the 10th with rookie Jay Pace single home Darrell Hamilton with double with 2 outs off of Rodriguez. The Giants were threatened again, had the tying run with 2 out and Bonds at the plate. But John Franco struck out Bonds looking on a wicked 3-2 pitch, and the Mets won 5-4 to tie the series up at 1-1. back to Shea Stadium, at the old Shea Stadium. The Mets won in extra innings in 13 games, 3-2. Russell Teves pitched well. He had a no-hitter entering the sixth inning. He was staked to a 2-0 lead thanks to two leadoff singles in the fourth off of Rick Reed, followed RBI singles from Bobby Estrella and Marvin Bernard. But the Mets broke through in the sixth inning when Ricky Timo Perez, after a walking single, who was forced into action due to a Game 1 injury to starting right fielder Derek Bell, moved the single over third base to score. Mike Bordet put the Mets on the scoreboard. So 2 innings later, with the Mets still down by 1 run, pitch hitter Lenny Harris barely beat out the return throw on what would have been an inning-ending double play off Doug Henry. But the Giants brought in closer Rob Nen, who had not blown a save since July, to face Edgardo Alfonzo. Alfonso ended that streak by ripping a double into the left field corner to score. Harrison tied the game up. So the game went to extra innings. So the game ended when Benny Agbayani hit a home run into the left field bleachers with 1 out in the 13th inning off of Aaron Fultz, putting the Mets ahead 2-1. Then Game 4 came about. New York shut out San Francisco 4-0 on a 1-hitter by Bobby Jones, which is one of the more unlikely performances from a pitching standpoint in recent memory. He completely shut him out. He had 85 miles per hour with fastballs, 65 miles per hour with curveballs. He just did his thing. Jeff Kent leadoff double in the 5th inning will be the Giants' only hit. Jones will get all the offense he will need on Robin Venture's 2-run homer in the 1st inning off of Mark Gardner. The Mets padded their lead in the 5th on Edgardo Alfonso's 2-run double. Jones got Barry Bonds to fly out to center to end the game and set off a raucous celebration at Shea Stadium. So the 1-hitter that was pitched by Bobby Jones set a Mets record for fewest hits allowed in the postseason, as far as the complete game is concerned, and it bested John Matlock's 2-hitter in the 1973 NLCS, which was also the fewest hits allowed in the league division series complete game until Roy Halladay did it with a no-hitter in 2010. So that was it, man. The San Francisco Giants did not get the job done when it needed to, and a big spot. They lost to a Mets team that just got hot at the right time, and they rode that wave, that momentum, beating the team with the best record in baseball, and then up in the World Series, but they lost to the Yankees in the World Series in 2000. So when you beat a team with the best record in baseball, which a team like the Giants had, it gives you that momentum to, like, hey, we can do a lot of great things. And that's what they did, man. They definitely took off and rode that wave and was able to get to the the World Series. So yeah, the Yankees won the championship. They had only 87 wins. Chicago had 95 wins. Oakland A's, Seattle had 91 games apiece. National League, Atlanta had 95 wins. Mets had 94 wins. Cardinals had 95 wins. Giants had 97 wins. They had the best record in baseball, but no championship. This is why that's why I'm doing this series on the professional sports teams that didn't win a championship during that season, because the criteria is synopsis: teams that were great teams, good teams, had the best record, but fell short of winning it all. They may not have the best record, but they were up there with the best teams during that season and didn't win. And the epitome of a team that should have won it all was the 2000 San Francisco Giants. You know what I'm saying? They could have won it all, but they ran to a Mets team that just had a number for that series. So that concludes a look at part 37 of the professional sports teams that didn't win the championship during that season. Please like, subscribe, comment. I'll do a video regarding this series tomorrow. Until then, talk to you tomorrow.